That was a very speedy, less than 2-hour flight. So we're now going to do the obligatory passport control, get the visas, then be on our way. We just passed the very casual and informal passport control.
Most relaxed passport controls and security checks I've ever been through.
Didn't even need to get our certificate checked. Didn't have to pay, which I think was meant to be what? 10 Kuwait dinars. I think the visa process took around 25 minutes just waiting because the machine with the tickets was broken. So I'm having a great time in Kuwait because they're saving me money. Money that can now be spent on other things, namely finding a taxi because, the hotel failed us on that one. Right, so we are in our hotel room. We changed it actually because, long story short, it's an adjoining room. You can hear everything that goes on in the next person's room, and let's just say that person is loud. We're in the Ibis Shah. Here's the setup. So obviously got a toilet behind this door, very roomy, king-size bed, all of our stuff, and then you've got the view of Kuwait City on the side. So we're just going to figure out what we're going to do. It's around 4:30 p.m. in the evening. We are not hungry. We had basically 2 lunches and a breakfast, so we're just going to chill, see what Kuwait has to offer. It's very well developed. You can see that oil money came in handy. So we have gotten changed, done my makeup, we're getting ready to head out. What we want to do, I think, is just do a bulk of the tourism today because, let's be honest, Kuwait's a pretty small country. We actually want to go and get some currency as well. So there's is it Mubarakiya market? Al-Mubarakiya market is not too far away from us. Around there is also the Grand Mosque. There's also like this main square as well. Then there are also some cigar lounges around, so we'll see what those are saying. And just in case for my ladies out there, in case you're stuck on what to wear, I'm wearing this dress by AIM Studio, which I recently just purchased. And I think is the perfect kind of conservative, modest dress, but also very shapely and very classy. So I love that there's this kind of over-the-shoulder fabric detail. It drapes really nicely. You can have it like that. You can also have it, around your neck as well. We're going to call a taxi. There is an app that is serving the Gulf area, and it is called Careem with a C, Carreem. And so it's basically their version of Uber. I think you can even order food on it and things like that. So going to use that. It's quite fairly priced as well. Right, so you can see we are at the Grand Mosque. It's right behind me. It's very imposing. Surprisingly, there's no one here. You're going to see the minaret right here. And then the whole building right here. So I think we're just going to walk a little bit around the mosque just to see. Because I want to see the dome and just enjoy a leisurely walk through the city. This is Al-Mubarakiya market. Lots of slippers and lots of socks. Shirts. Hats, more dresses. $2 Kuwaiti. What's that, like £4? £5?
Fiver.
That's pretty good,
For what?
For a dress.
Oh.
So it goes on for ages, actually, on all sides. So it's giving the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, Turkey. Not as big as the Istanbul one. It definitely feels like a local place. I feel like we're walking into a restaurant.
Notice we never got hassled once.
No, we haven't got hassled. It's very safe, though. I feel very safe. So we have left the market for the time being as we want to get some Kuwaiti dinar, the local currency. We have some sterling and dollars that we want to convert, because we want to haggle using cash, because as you will know, if you haggle a lot, seeing the green is going to make you a lot more compelling. So we actually did walk past a money exchange earlier. We thought there would be so many, but actually it's not as many as the hotel staff made it seem. So we're going to go back to that one because it seemed quite safe. Okay, so we've just finished up at the local currency exchange and we had £25 sterling, which, look, It's not a lot, but it's market money, okay.
Later.
This is what we got in exchange. You want to talk us through what you got?
So we got 9 dinars and 200 fullers, which is like small currency. That's the equivalent of like 20p or 20 cents for you American viewers. And because their currency is so high in terms of value, they have half notes and they even have quarter notes.
Wow, did you get a quarter note today?
I didn't know, but I saw some.
Wow.
Yeah, so these are the ones. So that's the equivalent of £2.50.
But I think cost of living proportionately is still lower than your name brand countries. But what would be interesting to share with you before we go to the market? In the market, looking for things to purchase at a good price. This place is huge. It's definitely for locals. Lots of abayas and religious garb. Loads of snacks. Maybe we want to do snacks last because it's going to be something to carry. So I'm just looking for some local snacks to try for friends and family and stuff. Oh, look, they've got sweeties here. But something that's also going to be easy to take home in a suitcase. So we have settled upon this shop, which has local sweeties. They're in big boxes too, so really sturdy for traveling. And they last for about 3 months. So all of our pocket money has been spent. All 9.5
9.5
dinars.
9 KD.
Yeah. And we've got a big haul actually. So
So we got pick a mix.
huge pick and mix. The other guy was trying to swindle us for £16 for the same size.
Yeah.
We got it for what's the equivalent, like £2?
No,
Maybe more.
it was about 700 fills, so probably equivalent of like $1.
That's a lot though.
Yeah.
Bag of mixed crackers, spicy crackers, which we love. And then some beautiful tins of dessert with some souvenir boxes.
Yeah.
A slight little detour for a spot of light lunch, hopefully light lunch, because we've just spotted a Jollibee. You've never had a Jollibee before, so this is going to be a cultural experience. For those of you that aren't aware, Jollibee does fried chicken. It's a very well-known Filipino fast food place, actually. And given there's quite a substantial portion of a population that is Filipino here, I think it makes sense for us to try. Here we go. So we're going to get the chicken joy, of course, with the Jolly Spaghetti. We found something even better. The Jollibee meal deal. The Jollibee has arrived. So what are these? Little buns?
I think they're rice.
Oh, rice buns. Yes, they are rice.
2-piece
spicy, 2-piece non-spicy, the pie, and the spaghetti. How is it?
Oh, it's really good.
Is that the spicy or non-spicy?
Spicy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's got a fish to it. Nice.
It's very novel, isn't it, to have rice?
I love it.
Right, try the Jolly Spaghetti.
Oh gosh, £4.
I can't believe it. Jolly Spaghetti time. Now, I'm going to pre-warn you, at least in the UK and in Brunei as well, so I have 2 data points. It was a little sweet.
It's a little bit sweet, but I think it's just a tomato sauce, but it's delicious.
Yay! So how do you rate your Jollibee experience? You haven't had the pie yet, but so far?
8.
Ooh, out of 10.
8.5 actually.
And now for the finale, the dessert, the peach mango pie. It's basically like the McDonald's apple pie, but for Jollibee.
Alright.
Ooh, careful.
Wow, not overly sweet.
That's important for Asians. We don't like it overly sweet. Well, we just had a jolly good time at Jollibee, didn't we? I mean, the service is impeccable. Everything is so clean. Everything is very efficient. Table service is basically like white glove service. And all of that for £4 for basically 2 full meals, starter, main and dessert with sides. Incredible value for money. You just don't get that level of service and quality of ingredients too in the UK or in the West in general. Of the Jollibees I've had around the world, this is definitely one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, which is crazy because it's Kuwait. Anyway, now we're going to go to a cigar lounge, hopefully. So we found a cigar room. Let's see if we'll be split up. My biggest concern is we'll have to smoke separately, but we'll see. Wow, look at this humidor. So we're at the cigar room. Wow. Bebida.
New Worlds.
Yeah.
Padrons.
Look at these. Loads of New Worlds. Rare finds. Padron. Placentia. Oh, Camacho. So here are some prices for you. AJ Fernandez.
Who was the one telling me about Rocky? RP.
These are cigar deposit boxes, obviously, for the routine customers. Rocky Patels. How are the prices here? Good?
Yeah. Nine dinar. About 20 quid.
Okay. We can smoke together so we can get one each, can't we?
Yeah.
Got Davidoff's here too. So this is the Rocky Patel Disciple, and then what's the other one? Can I have a look?
Tatouage 10 Miami.
Oh, this is a new brand. Never tried this. Tatouage. Both are around 8.5 Kuwaiti dinar, which is around what? Just like £24 each. Something like that,
21,
maybe less.
21.
And then if you get a drink as well, because it's a dry country. Yeah, so you're looking at around £25, £26 for a smoke and drink. Well, that was a lovely smoke at the Cigar Lounge. Overall thoughts?
Yeah, it was good. Cigar lounge was really nice. The lady was lovely. The cigars we bought were top notch. Really good prices. I think that on average they were about £20 each.
Yeah, for New World cigars that we got. They do sell Cubans as well, but we like to try new things. You know, in Kuwait, there's no point to buy Cubans. It's going to be quite high. But actually, overall, the prices were pretty reasonable. And it was a really beautiful lounge. There was barely anyone there. For a long period of time, it was just us two. And hopefully you saw from the footage, they also have 2 levels and even private rooms as well. So we easily could have gone into a private room. Had we known there was private rooms at all, we totally would have gone in a private room. And the lady serving us was lovely. She was like, yeah, just go around, have a look. And you just kind of get waited on hand and foot, which is something you would not get in the UK. And you'd have to pay double the price and a crazy amount of service charge, which I don't believe you had to pay.
No, that's
Exactly. We failed to call a cab though on the Kareem app, so we are going to do the walk 40 minutes back to our hotel, but we're going to hopefully stop off for some food as a reward. No one is out walking the streets, everyone's sat in traffic in their cars.
I mean, petrol's so cheap here.
Why not? Yeah. So we are about just under 20 minutes away from our destination for dinner, but we wanted to show you guys something that we thought, well, not necessarily novel, but quite different, and it's kind of only in Arabia, shall we say. And that is, their roundabout, which is here, has a mosque in the middle of the roundabout. So it is one of the most beautiful roundabouts I've probably ever seen. One of the most functional ways of using a roundabout too, because you've got all that dead space. So you may as well put something there. Okay, we're at the mall now, looking for our dinner. Look at the opening times of this mall.
Oh my god.
Wow, you've got like Bauman next to a coffee shop, next to a Lexus. They have money here. This is a bougie mall, and I don't even think it's the bougiest, because you told me there was an even bougier mall called the Avenues.
Yeah.
We are at our dinner location, which is Milk Bun. It's very stylish, doesn't it? Milk Bun, LA. Truffle. Mushroom truffle soup.
Might go for an LA. Oh, that's quite nice.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more.
And then you have your meat sauces too.
Okay, I'll go for an LA. Fries.
So you actually order with the person. Sweet potato fries, unfried. Oh, look at the milk fries. They've got milk sauce.
Okay, the milk fries.
Okay.
Counter is this side.
Okay, thank you. So this place is very pink. I don't know why it's so pink. So where shall we sit? Here?
It's so
It is so pink. I don't understand why. It's a burger place. But it's very stylish. There is where you pick up your food. Thank goodness we just got the one sharing fries. So which is which? The burger?
So I think
That must be your one. The special
MB
looking
Melt,
one.
no, MB Melt, that will be
Ooh,
yours.
I have a special box.
Yeah, this is mine. Alright.
Ooh. Nice milk brioche bun, which is why they call Milk Bun. So I'm going to try that out. Off camera.
This was £15.
Wow, okay. Not too bad, but this is a fancy establishment. Update on the food. It was so good. We made a second order for another burger and some ice cream too. But everything's really good. Your burger was really nice. In fact, both burgers were nice, but mine was a little bit more greasy because it was a smash burger. But the fries are really, really lovely.
That's so
They
good.
don't skip on the topping. The portion sizes are good. And I think for what you get, it is good value for money. Right, it's another burger.
It's a Krabby Patty.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, look at that. That is a model burger.
It actually looks like how it's displayed and how it's shown.
Ooh, I've got my little ice cream and it's got a cookie on it. That's so cute. I love it. It's got a little lid or something. And it's got a cookie even. So we're going to try it. Bon appetit. Ooh, it's good. It's not got freezer burn. Mixed flavour. That's very good. Not artificial tasting either. That burger was, I would say, comparable to In-N-Out Burger plus meat liquor for my UK-based audience. And that ice cream, I'm not going to lie, it's probably one of the best soft serves I've ever had in my life. We're going to the Carrefour to get snacks, and oh my gosh, these have gone viral in so many places. Not a want, but a need. So yeah, we're going to just go get some essentials. I see a dog and cat section. As many of you know, I have a baby doggy at home, hair buzz, so we're going to get her some treats. So I'm going to look for something hopefully local. But yeah, loads of things here. It's a huge section actually. Shut the front door. They've got South Korean things. More than we have in the UK at those Asian superstores. I've never even seen some of these biscuits here. Oh my gosh. Oh. This is incredible. And what are the prices like? They are pretty fair, I would say.
That is about £4.
Pretty standard, actually.
£3.
That's actually pretty good. This is just in the Korean aisle. They have way more, and they have like skincare too. Bunch of kimchi here. Shin ramyun noodles. Oh my goodness. This is amazing.
Noodles around the corner.
I've never even seen some of these Balzac flavors. What?
Oh,
I've never
God.
seen some of these. We've even been to Korea and I saw
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. How much is a packet?
A £5.
This is cheaper than the UK, folks. Wait, there's more. There are so many Korean desserts. Am I missing something? Are there lots of Korean people in Kuwait? And look at this. So much Balzac selection in here alone. This is crazy. Pockies as well. Even Thai food. Ingredients. Loads of ingredients in this Oriental section. More than I've seen in UK. And then you've got all of these snacks. This is a problem for me because I'm seeing a lot of things that I don't want to buy. Oh my god, I found the mother of desserts. Oh my goodness, these are usually so hard to find. I couldn't even find them in the UK, but here they are, all in Kuwait. And the price is $1.5 dinar. So what's that, like £4 or something? Okay, we've elected to come back tomorrow because I need those desserts, but I cannot eat them and fully enjoy them right now. And I will eat myself into a coma. But we're just going through the sweeties aisle. This is incredible. Should have bloody brought my sweets here because there is so much. I feel like I'm in Wonka land or something. This store, it just keeps going. These guys just know how to sell things. Look at this. Crisps in these packets. Some of them are almost like toilet paper packaging. But it's so smart. So they're so pillowy and they don't get smashed. So we haven't done a luxury unboxing for a while, but I've actually found a luxury item that I think is worth talking about. And that is this Dolce & Gabbana pasta. Okay, we've got some spaghetti. But of course, it's not just any spaghetti. It's the longest spaghetti you've ever seen. It's probably 1/2 meter wide. And it is in the most fanciest bougie packaging I've ever seen. I didn't know Dolce & Gabbana were in the business of pasta. But now we all know, and it's the bougiest pasta. A chaotic part of me really wants to buy it just to review it, but we don't have a kitchen in Kuwait. But I do just want to take you for the tour of the packaging. Immaculate. You'd expect that given the price, because the price is 4.9 Kuwaiti dinar, which, please.
I think it's about £12.50.
£12.50 for
a kilo, I think.
A kilo of pasta. It's all in one, so you're making a big batch of bolognese or carbonara. Don't ruin it. Make it al dente, because this is too expensive to get it wrong. But yeah, who'd have thought in a Monoprix, which is the equivalent of what? Tesco, maybe a bit bougie, maybe a Waitrose, that we would find a luxury purchase to share on the channel. Okay, so I'm probably going to leave the vlog here, and then tomorrow we'll be back for Kuwait. What, 2? Another sunny day in Kuwait, and it's day 2, technically 3 for us, if you count the landing day as a day. We have mostly done a lot of the tourism so we're going to take a chilled one today. We're going to walk to the towers, which is near the coastline, so we're going to walk to the beach as well, and then after that it's free time for us, so we're going to take it as a nice chilled part of our holiday thus far. So we're just walking at the moment to the towers, but we keep seeing even bigger towers behind us. They're quite mesmerizing. Look at this one. I can't even fully tilt the camera up because it's just so tall. And Kuwait is a tiny, tiny country.
It's like you think you live in a rich and wealthy country in the Western world, then you come to like wealthy Middle Eastern countries, you're like, oh, okay, this is what wealth
This is rich.
Like.
This is Arab rich. Yes, there's a bit of sand here. We're in the desert, obviously. We're in the Gulf. But roads are well maintained, well signposted. And the food is nice too. And not too...
It's delicious.
And it's not unfairly priced either, despite the strong denomination of their currency. So we've been having a nice time here. All right, so we are at the Kuwait Towers, the two of them are right behind me here. From far away, they look really tall, but actually up close, they're not as tall as some of the skyscrapers, but I imagine it's because they've been here for quite a while. As you can tell, the weather is just stunning. We are near the coastline. There is a beach right across from us. I'll spin you around just so you can see. So we have cycle lanes, which I haven't actually seen. It's the first time. And we have sandy beaches in Kuwait. I don't think a lot of people talk about the beaches in Kuwait. They do have a lot of coastline. Iran is just over here. This is actually one of the Kuwait islands, isn't it? They own that. But far, far in the distance will be Iran, which is crazy. And I think this way would be Iraq. Saudi would be behind us, would it? Saudi's behind us. So, yeah, crazy that there is such a complex mixture of neighbours here, but it's very, very safe here. It's quite a nice part of our holiday to be very chilled, walking by the beach. We could probably sit down. It's very nice weather. You know, it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. We're actually getting like a degree warmer every time we change location in a country, right? So Jordan was around 16, 17. Yeah. Here it's about 18 or 19. It's quite toasty. I could take off my poncho, but obviously it's a bit more of a modest country, so I didn't want to show my shoulders, just to be respectful. So now we are on our way to is it Al-Shaheed Park? Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to show you a very different side of Kuwait, because now we've spotted a rare smattering of graffiti. This one, I don't know, bro, you kind of sus over there. And some graffiti here. I mean, it's not significant compared to the UK, but it's definitely there. And there is some rubbish down in that tunnel there. The smell was quite questionable as well. But on the whole, I mean, you don't see any homeless, you don't see that much trash around. It's just in this particular tunnel, but wanted to kind of show that just for the real Kuwait, you know. So we are back in the city centre. We've decided to take a detour from the park, which we'll go to later in the afternoon, to go back to the Asima Mall to do a bit of shopping, which can only mean one thing if you saw yesterday's footage. There are 3 flavours. Finally found them, so we've got lemon, mango and peach. So we're going to check out and test out which is our favourite. Okay, we're going to try the mango one. It's so yummy. It's very nice and thick and decadent, not overly sweet. It's the lemon one. Let's see if we can get this one out. Yes! Okay, look at that. Milder flavour. I think I prefer the mango one so far, but this is very delicate. It's the peach! Okay. Did it.
It's got a bum bum.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. That's cute. This is the one. The crack was so nice. This is good. You see why it went viral. For me, favourite is peach, then mango, then lemon. Worth getting, I think, just to try. It's really smooth, very creamy, no freezer burn, not overly sweet. And actually the price was not too bad. In the UK, you can barely find them, but if you do, they're probably £6 or £7. And you got them for how much?
Tenner?
For all 3?
All 3.
All 3, so that's pretty reasonable. Coming from China as well.
Later.
We are now at Al-Shaheed Park, walking off our ice creams. It was maybe a 15-20 minute maximum walk. Lovely considering how hot it is, and you know, it's just a lovely peaceful walk away from a little bit of the hustle and bustle that you can see behind me, and also to find some much needed shade beyond the trees. So we're just going to walk through a little bit. We've done the bulk of our tourism, I think, in Kuwait, and then we'll go and chill in the hotel. But here I think is one of the entrances, though I don't seem to see a door, so we may have to go around. That looks like a gate, and you can see the beautiful plants, hopefully, and scenery in there. Hopefully it's open. I see people in there. So here we are inside the Al-Shaheed Park. It is a bit of a weird vibe because there is AstroTurf here and solar panels, so it's not really a traditional park in the sense of the word. Let me turn you round. So we've got a bit of AstroTurf here, which is a bit odd. And it's kind of smaller than I imagined, though we could just be on one part of it. Oh, but look, there's like a concert or something happening here. So yeah, it just looks like a massive loop that you can walk, with some nicely tended flowers here and there and cut shrubs. It's not that much green space. It's a lot of skyscrapers, case in point. So it's nice to have some green open space here. So you've got habitat, mosque here, desert plateau, desert valley, saline depression.
Next day.
Alright, so you're getting voiceover mail here because unfortunately the vlog footage of this part of the trip got corrupted. I know, tech drama, but I still wanted to share a glimpse of what we got up to in Saudi Arabia and Bahrain because it really was a special part of the trip. So after leaving Kuwait in the morning and arriving in Bahrain that afternoon, the following day we did a day trip over to Saudi Arabia, crossing the causeway into Dammam city. Yes, it's really that close, you can drive, and we had an amazing guided tour that we booked on Vieta that covered about 200 kilometers of sites, from local food spots to cultural highlights. One of my favorite stops had to be the Heritage Village, where we got to try on traditional Arabian clothing. We also explored a science museum, which is my boyfriend's personal highlight, and of course along the way we indulged in some amazing food. Sadly, I couldn't film much, but the experience was unforgettable, and I'd definitely love to return to see more of this beautiful country. There is so much happening in Saudi right now in terms of culture and development. They have big plans under Saudi Vision 2030, so it's definitely one to watch. Then it was time to go back to Bahrain, which is even smaller than Kuwait, if you can believe it, but it's still packed with things to do. We visited the Al Fateh Grand Mosque, shop for local delicacies, and I treated myself to some clothing, namely abayas, because why not? We only had a couple of days there, and of course I got sick right at the end, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise that the camera wasn't rolling by that point. But overall, our time in the Persian Gulf was incredible, especially traveling during December with perfect weather and emptier streets, meaning that it really felt like we had the whole place to ourselves. But anyways, thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.